We're going to talk about House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 2. This is going to be a breakdown. So, spoilers, if you guys have not watched Season 2, Episode 1 and 2 of House of the Dragon, stop watching. This is a breakdown. Okay. So, I did not do a breakdown for Episode 1 just because I wanted to do kind of like an overall review of how I felt about the show and like Westeros in general, like Game of Thrones and stuff. So, again, if you haven't watched Episode 1 review, that's a good place to start and kind of see how I feel about Game of Thrones in general. Or my origin story with Game of Thrones. But Episode 2, Episode 1 of House of the Dragon, Season 2, ended with a pretty gnarly cliffhanger where I'm going to forget all these characters' names, but they send out the assassins to go murder the heir of God damn it, I'm gonna forget all of their gosh darn names. A son for a son. Aegon's heir, Targaryens. Too many names. But we get to see the harsh murder of poor Aegon's son. And when we started this episode, my girlfriend, who's reading all the books right now, she was telling me that it goes quite differently in the books, and it's a much darker twist, and the maid or whatever, or not the maid, the mom like calls out which son it is, which one is the son, and or like no, what it is, they like the killers have him pick or something, and the mom picks one, and the guys are like, see, your mom was gonna have you killed, and they kill the other one, so the boy has to live with that. So that's so fucked up. I thought that was crazy. It makes me kind of want to read the books now. But again, like I said in my last review, I am not as really good with the names and the characters, but I still get very caught up in the drama and the action and the violence of it all. It's all very good, and the quality continues to be top tier, whether it's in the drama, the action, or everything that's happened, the world building. It's all just as good as Game of Thrones is. It's just this very particular family kind of going to war, and yeah, I'm into it. That opening was pretty. But the ending of that last episode was quite crazy. I don't know, we get to see Aegon kind of going off and making these bad decisions. This is where we kind of see the guy. Who's the guy that looks like Eric Bana? I think he looks like Eric Bana. Sir Christian Cole. We get to see that side of him where he is just an absolute prick. I mean, everyone in this show is god awful. I don't trust any of them. I didn't think he was deserving of all the. I guess he's getting like attacked on social media for his character, and it's like, dude, it's not his fault. He's doing a good job. I love the whole scene with the twins. They're amazing. God, what, they can't be. Sir Eric, yeah, he's awesome. The twins, yeah, I thought that was a cool aspect to throw into Game of Thrones, and I did really like the scene where, God, dude, their names are such a freaking pain in the butt. Sir Kristen Cole, when he confronts Sir Eric about the white dress, the white robe, the white cape being pristine, and how Sir Eric kind of points out, like, hey, we just did some crazy shit. Like, my robe's gonna get dirty. It adds to what I was talking about in the last episode, and that's what I love about the fantasy that they do in Game of Thrones, and helping with that fantasy is the dirtiness and the grunginess of that kind of medievalness that fantasy is and comes from. So I really love that they kind of point out, like, hey, this is part of the world we live in where we get dirty. We don't have time to keep everything as clean as people do these days, and I feel like that helps kind of keep the comment on it, and how, yeah, it would make sense that some of the knights would be more anal about keeping your stuff clean, like the King's Guard or whatever they are. But man, it's such an interesting little drama that takes up this whole show. But I love it. I'm caught up in it. That whole twin storyline. I didn't expect to see him arriving there in this episode and actually getting to see it go down and see them fight. And it was heartbreaking, that ending too. Just getting to see how hard it was for him to kill his brother, and that he couldn't live with that anymore, was heartbreaking. But man, what a gnarly ending. But I am intrigued to see these families clash and break down, whether it's within their own walls or at each other's. Not sure whether they'll take themselves down or take each other out. But again, I think it's a fun show. I'm continuing to enjoy it. What do you guys think? It's only episode 2. I think we get 8 episodes, just like The Acolyte. Okay. Yeah, I'm in. They've given us kind of a lot in the first 2 episodes. I'm here for it. Again, what do you guys think? Let me know. I'm intrigued to see what happens. I know the book is out already, so spoilers could easily cross my path, but I've been good so far, not knowing what's gonna happen in this show, and it's been a fun ride. I like not being like a gnarly, crazy fan where I know everything that's gonna happen, so it makes for the experience a little more fresh. But what do you guys think? Again, tell me down below. Thanks for watching. We'll be back for episode 3 next Sunday, which is not too far, later this week. Alright, thank you guys.